Hello, my dear one. How are you? I'm so grateful to be spending a few moments with you, and I'm sending you an energy hug and just sending you blessings of peace and comfort, grace and love. So today I want to talk to you about living aligned with your soul. So often when we are confused or when we're hurting, our natural inclination is to get away from that pain, right? To distract ourselves from whatever it is that's causing us grief. It's a very natural thing to do. A friend of mine said, oh, that's the wisdom of the paramecium, which is the one-celled bacteria, which moves away from things that are uncomfortable. It's a natural thing to do. It takes somebody who's really sincere in their seeking, who really wants to go for the highest level of healing and consciousness, to go, okay, I'm in pain. I'm going to turn inward. I'm going to turn upward. This is what I do. Anytime I'm confused or I'm hurting, I stop and I settle into my heart. And I essentially lay it at God's feet and say, okay, here's an opportunity. And I want to use this opportunity for my healing and expansion, upliftment, and growth. I lay it at your feet, God, and I ask to understand what the opportunity here is. And I just allow whatever feelings come up to come up. Sometimes it's anger, sometimes it's tears. But rather than trying to run from those things, I allow them, I feel them, I deeply feel them, and that supports me in getting underneath them, if that makes any sense. That in turn helps us keep our alignment with our soul self, which in turn keeps us connected to the divine. My teachers would say all of our pain comes from our perceived disconnection from God. And sometimes when we're in pain, we want to get away from it. We go further out of alignment, which in turn creates even more disconnection and struggles, suffering and pain. So you've probably heard me say before, God throws pebble, stones, bricks, and then you get a brick wall. I've had a lot of brick walls in my life. And my intention now is to really listen to the whispers of the pebbles and maybe even a piece of sand. So when that happens, and that comes in the form of, again, any kind of confusion, any kind of discomfort, I immediately stop and I turn inward and I relax into my heart. And I essentially lay it at the altar of the divine and say, okay, this is how I'm feeling. And I allow those feelings. And I allow them. And I allow them. And I sit with them. I don't try to run. I don't try to hide. I allow them. And I feel as I do this, it's like the clouds start to dissolve. The clouds start to part. The sun comes through and I become aligned. And if I let my mind get still, if I allow it to get quiet, my heart sometimes speaks incredible wisdom that I know didn't come from my own conscious awareness. It comes from a deeper place, a higher place, from that aligned place. So the next time you're in discomfort or in confusion, rather than picking up the phone to call and complain to someone, or grabbing a cocktail, or doing whatever it is that you like to do to distract yourself from yourself. And again, that can look like shopping, eating, it can be playing video games, it can be countless things. Instead of doing what you've always done, maybe stop. And again, this is unnatural, but it is how we clear and heal and ascend in our consciousness. Stop, turn inward, turn upward, and ask to use this opportunity, because it is, all pain, hurt, and heartbreaks are opportunities to grow as souls. So turn inward, turn upward, and say, God, please support me in understanding what the opportunity here is. I invite you into this. My intention is to be aligned with my soul and with you. And as you do heal and become more clear, you will ascend in your consciousness. And then the landscape changes dramatically and becomes even more extraordinary. I hope this makes sense. I would love to hear your thoughts and feedback. And if you try this little experiment, I would love to hear what comes forward from you and how you feel as you move through it. I'm so grateful for you. I love you and I am blessed by you. Let's continue the conversation. Onward and upward. Bye for now.